So, finally we're returning from gods and their relationships to just characters, and today we will start off with a major character and villain on both Xena Warrior Princess and Hercules Legendary Journeys, Callisto of Xena. She was suggested by several people in the comments, but the first one who asked a video about her was Mick. So, here we go. Callisto was one of the most bloody and ruthless warlords of the time, due to witnessing the horrific deaths of her mother Leia, father Pancus, and sister at the hands of Xena during a chaotic assault on her village. Aside from that, Callisto's life was full of many events. For example, she died twice at the hands of Xena and was sent to Tartarus, Hell, and Heaven. She has been an immortal due to the golden apples, and a goddess thanks to ambrosia. After her final death, she was sent to Hell and became a demon, and later an archdemon. She was then sent to heaven by Xena and became an angel before reincarnating into Eve, Xena's daughter, who would later become the bringer of twilight and peace. Her murderous nature led to the deaths of several people, such as Strife, Perdiccas, and Solon, which helped her to build antagonistic relationships with Ares, Gabriel, and Xena respectively. She was a highly skilled strategist and martial artist, with fighting skills on par with Xena. However, she would often get carried away when fighting, entering a blind rage which would cause her to lose focus. She has outsmarted and beaten Xena on several occasions, and also seems to have a strange affiliation with Xena's chakram, catching and using it whenever the opportunity arose. Traumatized by the raid on her village as a child, Callisto has been consumed with a twisted hatred and love for violence, pain, and torment. She cares not for honor or fair play, and takes delight in tormenting her foes. On many occasions she has let the opportunity to simply kill Xena pass by, as she would rather have Xena suffer and feel the same pain that she did. She constantly displays signs of borderline personality disorder and sociopathy. When we first see Callisto in the episode with the same title, we see that she has recruited a small army and spends her days training hard with them until she is as good as Xena. She begins her campaign of revenge by raiding and burning villages and savagely slaughtering people in Xena's name. She hopes to revive Xena's reputation as a villain, planning to kill her after this. Xena has no choice but to engage in a fight with her and beats her, but cannot kill her. She hands Callisto over to the authorities, who throw her in jail. However, Callisto later escapes, weaponless, easily crippling and killing her guards. Xena catches her again and is racked with guilt as Callisto taunts her about her past. A fight ensues and Xena and Callisto fall into quicksand. Xena's inventive wit allows her to struggle free, and she watches doubtfully as Callisto is sucked under. Later, Callisto works with Ares, god of war, to invade Xena's dreams and switch bodies with Xena so that she is free and Xena is trapped in Tartarus. But Xena persuades Hades to let her return to Earth, although still trapped in Callisto's body, where she defeats Callisto and sends her back to Tartarus. Xena remains trapped in Callisto's body for one more episode, before Ares restores them to their normal selves. Sometime after, Callisto again escapes from Tartarus by making a deal with Hera, queen of the Olympians. Hera allows her back to Earth for one day to kill Hercules and promises her immortality if she succeeds, but Callisto plans on getting immortality regardless. She poisons Hercules' family, then tricks him into accompanying her to the Tree of Life, where one bite of a golden apple cures all ills and a whole apple makes a person immortal. Hercules reluctantly agrees, but Callisto traps him and uses him to reveal the tree and eats a golden apple, becoming immortal. Hercules escapes and fights Callisto, inadvertently scarring her in the process, and traps her in the labyrinth of the gods. Frustrated, Callisto has only her rage to console her for what appears to be an eternity inside the ruins. But when an Amazon named Velasca eats ambrosia and becomes a goddess hellbent on killing Gabriel, Xena makes a risky deal with Callisto. She offers Callisto a chance at the ambrosia in exchange for her help. Xena tricks her into fighting Velasca for the ambrosia on a rope bridge over a river of lava, where Callisto gets it and eats it. In her moment of glorious divinity, Xena cuts the ropes, and Callisto and Velasca fall into the lava. Callisto is later freed from the lava by Gabriel's evil daughter Hope, sired by Dayhawk, but Xena defeats Callisto again and traps her in the mine by causing a cave-in. Hope later frees Callisto from the mine and sends her back in time to destroy Hercules, and also gives her the hind's blood to prevent the gods from interfering. Callisto traveled back in time to first kill Hercules' mother Alcmene before she could give birth to her son. She succeeded, even though Aeolus, who was sent by Ares to stop her, snatched the hind's blood. She then returned to her own past to prevent Xena from killing her family. Unfortunately, her family didn't listen to her pleas to keep away from the barn where they would be killed. She was forced to defend them from the marauders, but in her rage killed her own father as well. Filled with sadness and regret, Callisto went on to kill her mother, who charged at her, and then left young Callisto in the burning wreckage. Aeolus managed to use the Chronos Stone to go back and save Alcmene before she is killed, making it so that the event never happened in the first place. But when he returned to the present, Callisto was waiting for him, having lost her opportunity to save her family because of him. She melts the Chronos Stone and prepares to kill him when Hercules escapes the interdimensional pocket and throws her in it. Callisto later escapes from that dimension. By this time she has had enough of the emotional pain that has tormented her since childhood. Hope spins a cocoon around herself for her transformation from child into adult, and Callisto agrees to protect her until she hatches, in exchange for permanent oblivion. However, later, after Hope reveals that she wants Callisto to be in Dayhawk's army instead of being dead, and that she is in alliance with Ares, Callisto offers to help Xena and Gabrielle on their mission as long as Xena fulfills her wish to be killed, to which Xena merely says, "May you live forever." All in all, when Xena tries to kill Hope with the Hind's blood dagger, Gabrielle jumps in and grabs Hope, and both fall into the lava pit to their so-called deaths. Upon seeing this, Xena is speechless and Callisto becomes elated at the death of Gabrielle. She then says that she now has a reason to leave, and she has Xena to thank for it. Before Callisto can react, Xena plunges the Hind's blood dagger into her, fulfilling Callisto's previous request for death and ending the life of her enemy once and for all. Once again, however, this is not the end of Callisto. Stripped of her powers as a goddess, she is condemned to eternal torment as a demon of hell. Nevertheless, she is given the opportunity to return to the living if she can disrupt Xena's karmic cycle while also installing Caesar as Emperor of Rome. She is required to do this without hurting Xena physically, and throughout the episode attempts to bargain with her. Xena is almost successful in rescuing Gabrielle and Eli, but Callisto, in her blind rage and realization that her mission had been a failure, breaks Xena's spine with Xena's own chakram. Callisto then is returned to Hell, but her actions set into motion the events leading to Caesar's, Xena's, and Gabrielle's deaths. After death and upon her ascension into heaven, Xena, being an angel, encounters Callisto, who is a demon. Callisto manages to take Gabrielle into Hell, tempting her to eat the foods to make her one of them. A fight ensues between Xena, who is now an archangel, and Callisto, in which Xena cripples Callisto. Callisto spits at Xena, telling her that she would never forgive Xena for all that she had taken from her. In an act of remorse and redemption for her own guilt at Callisto's suffering, Xena purges Callisto's soul and brings her back to the light, while Gabrielle is saved by the archangel Michael. Callisto ascends to heaven and becomes an angel, utterly devoid of the pain and torment that she had always known, and in exchange, Xena is turned into a demon, sacrificing her own soul to save her. Callisto then exudes such light and goodness that Gabrielle, now in heaven, at first cannot believe it, nor forgive the woman standing before her. But eventually, Gabrielle does come to the realization that Callisto is no longer the woman she once was, and forgives her. Callisto is also reunited with her parents in heaven, and while Gabrielle battles against Xena, Callisto, now a guardian angel, visits Eli and helps to bring the two friends back to life. In the episode Seeds of Faith, mysteriously pregnant Xena is asked by Callisto to not interfere in Eli's defiance against the Greek gods. It is later revealed that Xena's pregnancy is no coincidence. Callisto, having atoned for her sins in heaven, is now ready to begin a new life and chose Xena as her mother. In this way, Callisto's gift of Eve to Xena is a way of atoning for the death of her son Solon, while also getting back a family which Xena took away so many years ago.